a lot of people messaging me, emailing me, and even commenting on the videos. You know, they want to get into the industry, but they don't know what division they want to do, whether they want to do dry van or reefer. And a lot of it is because they don't know how to operate a reefer unit. I'm going to show you guys how easy it really is. You know, just setting up the reefer, all you really got to do is turn it on, set the temperature, and then keep an eye on it. When you fuel up the truck, you put diesel in the diesel tank. That's really all that's to it. You know, after you do it once or twice, you get the hang of it. But I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to run a reefer unit. Alright guys, so here's your standard reefer unit. So in order to turn it on, all you got to do is hit the on button. You'll see this light up. Now this here is your indicator. This is what you watch from the driver's seat. This will tell you whether or not there's an issue with the reefer, which once it turns on, I'll show you how that works. It usually takes about a minute or two for the reefer to turn on. Now the indicator came on. See the white T? If that turns into an orange letter F, there's a problem with the reefer. If it's a white T, then that means that the reefer is running fine. Now some of those indicators might be a little bit different. You might have just a green light, and if it turns orange, then there's a problem. Green light means it's good. So now the reefer's about to turn on. So now, bring this up. You got your set point, so you're going to hit that. Now this is what you want to set the reefer at. So our next load requires the reefer to be at -20. And you hit yes for okay. And that's going to change the set point to -20. So now inside the trailer it's right now 73 degrees, but we have it set to -20. So now the reefer is going to cool off the trailer to -20. I don't need it on right now, so we'll just shut that right off. But that's how you turn on and set the reefer. That's your fuel gauge for the reefer. Obviously we're at full. That's where you put the fuel in. The other thing is you could set the reefer for a continuous run or start and stop run, which is just a hit of one of those buttons. But I'm going to show you what the reefer does in the back of the trailer. So you see these grooves in the floor? This is so that when the air circulates, it goes in these grooves right here, and then the product underneath at the bottom of the pallet will still get the cold air. So the reefer unit back here pushes the air through. Now these vents could be they could be all kinds of different vents. Sometimes there's one chute down the middle. Sometimes there's two, one on each side. This one here has them on the side, so what ends up happening is it pushes the air through these, and it comes back, circulates around, and then that's all it does, is it circulates all the way through the trailer. And that's how it keeps all of the product at the same temperature. In a nutshell, that's a reefer unit. So, I mean, like I said, you know, you could change the setting whether it needs to be on continuous or start and stop. that's common sense. If you need it on continuous, it'll just non-stop run. The reefer unit will run the whole time. Start and stop, it's kind of going to work like your furnace at home. So it'll bring it to the temperature you have it set at, shut off. When it drops down a little bit, it'll kick back on to bring it back up to whatever you have it set at. That's start and stop. And that's just one button and it changes that. So, I mean, that's how easy it is. Turn it on, set it to the temperature you need it, and, you know, with that white letter T, you know, you could see that from the driver's mirror, and that's what you keep an eye on while you're driving. You know, you just, every time you look in the mirror for traffic or whatever, you just make sure that that says a white T. If it says orange letter F, that means there's a problem with the trailer, or a problem with the reefer. So, common problems with the reefers, alternator, batteries, could be a sensor, electrical issue, belt problem, or somebody ran it out of fuel. Now, knock on wood, in all the years that I've been running reefer, I only had a problem with a reefer unit once, knock on wood. So, and the problem that I had was an alternator with mine. So, like I said, running reefer, it's easy. The hardest part about running a reefer unit is learning how to sleep with that on. Because from inside the bunk here, you can hear the reefer running. Now, in time, I will tell you this, and I mean, after, you know, I know a lot of people who are running reefer units, you get to the point where you almost need the reefer on in order to fall asleep. You kind of just need that white noise in the background. So, you know, there's been times where, you know, kind of like last night. I didn't do it last night, but there's times where I may be at a rest area and I have an empty trailer because I don't load up till this afternoon. But, you know, there's times where if I can't sleep, I'll go out, even though there's nothing in the trailer, I'll go turn the reefer on, only because there's times I need that noise in the background just to fall asleep. So, you know, don't worry about, you know, can you sleep with a motor running or anything like that. You get used to that really quick, and then you learn to depend on it. So, you know, as far as pay-wise, it does pay more to run reefer. And especially, you know, during times like this, during a pandemic, you're always going to have work. We're hauling mostly produce, you know, candy, ice cream, stuff like that. So you're hauling, you know, food products that the country needs to survive. So even if the country shuts down, reefer units are still running, and we're running full force. So something else to think about. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys got any more questions about the reefer unit, feel free to ask. I'll see you guys soon.